You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Federal authorities descended on Talladega Superspeedway today to investigate the discovery of a noose in the garage stall of Bubba Wallace. The entire industry rallied around the Cup Series' only black driver. It was Wallace who successfully pushed NASCAR to ban the Confederate flag at its venues less than 2 weeks ago. In a show of support, Wallace steered the number 43 to the front of pit row, NASCAR's champion Kyle Busch pushing the famous car on one side, and close friend Ryan Blaney pushing on the other. The entire 40-driver field and all the crew members followed. Guys, roll a video, please. NASCAR issued a statement saying the presence of the Confederate flag at NASCAR events runs contrary to our commitment to providing a welcoming and inclusive environment to all fans, our competitors, and our industry. Bringing people together around a love for racing and the community that it creates is what makes our fans and sports special. The display of the Confederate flag will be prohibited from all NASCAR events and properties. Mustafa, what did happen though, is that there were fans who were outside of the track area that was selling Confederate flags, angry with NASCAR's decision, many saying they'll stop actually going to the races. But this news, here's the deal. I've actually attended, I've covered NASCAR races. That area, the garage area, that's a secure area. Okay, it's not easy to get into there. The FBI is now investigating, and I'm sure there are cameras all over the place. Look, somebody placing a noose in his garage stall, that's serious.
Yeah, and it could be considered a hate crime. You know, systemic racism has always tried to silence the voice of black folks and white allies. And, you know, I talked about that earlier today, and this is just another example. When men and women of good conscience stand up, you know, there are always going to be consequences. There are going to be those folks who are going to want to push back against that. So it was great to see, you know, all those different folks coming together. It's great to also see NASCAR doing the right thing and standing up and saying, you know, these old symbols of hate, of slavery, of trauma, they have no place in 21st century America.
Let's go to Avis. Avis, again, what you're dealing with systems. And look, NASCAR, let's be real clear. I mean, I get the change, but NASCAR encouraged the Confederate flag. It encouraged, this was a Southern sport. That's their core base. And they encouraged this for all these years. It's not going to change overnight.
No, it's not going to change overnight. And, you know, this particular event which was, I would say, a threat. It was a threat against his life. I believe it was meant to intimidate. And his safety was compromised if somebody was able to get into that private area. People will fight to maintain these symbols of racism. Racists will fight to maintain symbols of racism. But I certainly, you know, feel hopeful and happy to see that level of solidarity that we're seeing on the screen right now. And to tell you the truth, I was shocked when NASCAR went ahead and made that decision as quickly as it did. But as you mentioned, one might have expected that there were going to be an element that was going to fight back. And that's what we saw today. But it's not going to be the end of the story. I think that those who are on the right side of history will ultimately prevail.
Eugene, again, when you see those drivers, when you see all those drivers park their cars and their crew teams move that number 43 all the way to the front, I mean, that was obviously a show of unity. But the reality is that doesn't change how people feel NASCAR has to do a hell of a lot more when it comes to reaching out to their Southern core base, people who love the Confederate flag and, frankly, who have no problem celebrating those white domestic terrorists?
Look, the thing is this, right? NASCAR is 2 weeks into this game. Decades of celebrating the Confederate flag, of welcoming racists, of being a safe space for those things. They're 2 weeks into the realization that all lives matter, because now they're actually understanding that Black lives matter, right? And the thing is this, they're on paper attempting cultural change, but they actually have a lot of work to do to actually shift the change of the culture of their fans, of their supporters, of their crew workers. Because I agree with you. I mean, the NASCAR stalls, the garage bays and stalls, are more secure than probably most of your NFL, NBA locker rooms. Just because of all the equipment, the sensitivity of it, the lives that are at risk if a car is tampered with or anything like that. But also to Avis's point, I can also see why NASCAR moved really, really quickly. One of the things I have to understand is that NASCAR is probably the one sport that has the most sponsors. And if just a couple of those sponsors get ready to pull their dollars in a situation like this, NASCAR could collapse.
Oh, that's what it boils down to. Money talks. Simple as that.
Yeah.
This is the statement that NASCAR put out regarding the Noose. Late Sunday afternoon, NASCAR was made aware that a noose was found in the garage stall of the 43 team. We are angry and outraged and cannot state strongly enough how seriously we take this heinous act. We have launched an immediate investigation and will do everything we can to identify the persons responsible and eliminate them from the sport. As we have stated unequivocally, there is no place for racism in NASCAR, and this act only strengthens our resolve to make the sport open and welcoming to all.
The issue with that statement is that 2.5 weeks ago, there was a place for racism in NASCAR. And so, while it's great that in this moment that they're taking an abrupt stance and that they're putting their foot down, what's going to have to happen is they got to deal with the culture of their fans. And look, one of the conversations that myself and some of my folk have been having, there probably needs to be a blackout at one of the upcoming NASCAR races in support of Bubba. There probably needs to be a couple thousand black folk that show up and say, listen, we're not going to take this shit. But NASCAR, they're 2.5 weeks into this, but you can't put out a statement like that as if 2.5 weeks ago you wouldn't have very well welcomed a bunch of trailers and a bunch of campsites tossing around the Confederate flag or effigies of Barack Obama or the Trump flag with the combo, the Confederate flag. So while the statement's cool and the show unity is even better, what's best is probably NASCAR actually doing the real work to change the culture of their fan, the culture of their sport, and the culture of the environment that they create.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. Ceek.com with a partnership with them, where, of course, Mary Spiel, she's the founder of Ceek, Ceek.com. She is the inventor of these 360-degree 4D headphones. Unbelievable sound. Folks, you can use this for gaming. You can also, of course, with music, videos, you name it. And so what's great about this is that the sound actually, so when you're listening, it literally travels all around your head as opposed to normal headphones. And so I really, really do like these listening to music. Like I say, they have a microphone that you can attach to it where you can use this when you're playing video games. And so they have a partnership with them. So if you want to buy these headphones, you go to Ceek.com, but use this promo code RMVIP2020. RMVIP2020 to actually join. So please take advantage of that.